Okay, good morning and happy Soulful Sunday, everyone. I am so happy to be here again. Today is Sunday, another special edition of One Global Movement. I just want to thank you all for being here again to support One Global Movement because together we can begin to sort things out, to see what is good, to educate, to empower our young women and our young men globally. I just want to thank you because your time is so precious. Your time is valuable. For you to be able to take that time to continue to be here every Sunday to support us, I take that so importantly. And for that, I say thank you very much. Remember, One Global Movement's goal is to reach 1.57 billion young women and youths around the world. And we cannot do it without you out there supporting us the way you're already doing. I highly appreciate you all. And One Global Movement is a movement that is supporting the youths with a focus on the young woman. Why? Why focusing on the youths or the young woman? Because if we look around the world globally, the difficulties, the challenges affecting people, it affects our young women first and then our young boys. But in order to help these young women, to educate them, to empower them, to uplift them, we will have to also help the young men because these women cannot exist without the young men too. And all of us cannot exist without one another. And that is the reason why we are here because we are not islands upon ourselves. We come together to do things that will help the global economy with a focus on the young woman and the young man. Thank you guys so much. So please subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe. Turn the notification bell on. Put your thumbs up, share, and let whatever we're doing here go wild and wide around the world so that it is only through this that we can change the lives of our young women and the youth. So, our topic for today is the value of time. The value of time. Why the value of time? Let us dive into a short meaning of time that I always like to come out with these funny acronyms so that to help us to understand what we are talking about. So, time, what does the word time means to all of us? Time, in other words, means ASAP. ASAP, as soon as possible. So, time also means now, in this present moment, not tomorrow, right now. Whatever is it that you want to do, we're doing it right now, not tomorrow. We don't procrastinate, we're doing it now. And then remember that tomorrow is not promised anybody. If we are living today, it means that we've been blessed with this moment, with this time. We have to use it, utilize it to the fullest capacity, just as we are doing. We are commuting here today, coming together to utilize this time. And that is why I place so much emphasis on time and respect on time. So, time means things I must experience. T stands for things. I stands for I. And then M stands for must. And E stands for experience. Things we must or I must experience. So, time is money. We've heard this said several times that time is money. Time waits for no one. It doesn't. It doesn't wait for you. It doesn't wait for me. Time is a respecter of all persons. Time is given to us equally without any discrimination. Nobody can change time. Nobody can adjust it. It is there. It is the same for all of us, and nobody can do anything about it. All we have to decide is what to do with the time that we have been given and do it well, not just doing it well with quality. The bad news is time flies. Time flies. And if you want to know, I just I have some sleep in my eyes sometimes, maybe I can even fall asleep here, but I'm going to try not to. I just drove from Iowa to celebrate my son's 22nd birthday, and I celebrate all the young women and young men in the world who are celebrating their birthday this month. The month of May is a very precious month. It is a wonderful month. Great things always happen in this month. It happens all around the year, but this month is so special. The flowers are blooming. They're going to be planting the crops and a lot of other things. We're planting our flower garden. A lot of good things are happening. So happy birthday to every youth, every young woman and boy that is born this month, and help me also say happy birthday to my wonderful, amazing son. So the difference between high achievers and low achievers is in time. The way they utilize their time makes that difference. We see some people, they've achieved this much. They are happy, and we just think, oh, wow, they must have been lucky. No, they're lucky because they utilize their time well. They plan well, they write down their goals, they nurture their goals, they water it, and they come to fruition. That is the essence of time. We don't waste it. Time is a non-renewable. It is not renewable, it is not negotiable, and you cannot trade it. You cannot trade it. It is the same. Sometimes I often say I'm guilty of this, and I hear a lot of people also say that, oh, I don't have time. I don't have time. We have time. We have time. We are telling our brains that we don't have time. We do have that time. So what somebody, I think it's my grandmother who corrected me, says, you cannot keep saying you don't have time because God has given us time equally. I have it. The only difference is in what you are doing. You rather say, I will need to complete this task. Then I can then schedule a time to do this other one or help you. But to say I don't have time, it is not true because we all have time. Your time is now. Our time is now. It is now with unpassive. Our time is now with unpassive. Look at the great things that are happening in unpassive. Look at O Connect. It's here. It is here for you and I to try it. They've given us 1 week or two to try it. There will be no reason to complain. None of the 1.4 million founders should ever have to complain that they didn't have time to try it. I know that emergencies happen, but there has to be that time to do it. And so we have time. The only difference is that time cannot be quantified. You cannot quantify time. It is just there. It is there. It is so valuable. It is a commodity. It is an asset. We all have it. We all have to utilize it. Time has no beginning and no end. That is so true. Time can neither be created nor destroyed nor altered. There is just nothing you and I can do about it. That is the most precious commodity. We need time in everything that we do in life. I need time to be talking here. We all need time to be here. So it is so important. Time is the dimension in which we live our lives, and time affects everything around us. What are some of the things that we can begin to do with our time? So let us list some of the things that we can begin to do with our time. I love leisure activities. I utilize my time to carry out leisure activities, such as walking in the park, or riding my bike, or sometimes riding my horse. And now I don't own a horse, but I'm going to be owning it. I go back to that. So what is your own leisure time that you can use your time is? Remember, time is valuable. You must use it for something. Time is the most valuable asset. I just said that. It is. Whether we are in school, whether we are in the back office, unpassive back office, whether we are attending a webinar, whether we are helping somebody to migrate to the OES, because there are still some people that have not done so, whether we're going to try using our beautiful baby, O Connect, time is of essence. Time, it is what we need to do all those things. We use time to plant, and we use time to harvest. This is the planting season in the United States. And I believe it's the planting season all over the world. It's springtime. If you plant a seed now, you do not nurture that seed. You don't water it. You do not pray over it. You do not weed the grass. The obnoxious weed will come and choke those plants. And guess what? They're not going to grow. Your flowers
That's
are not
right.
going to grow. And you'll be like, oh, why is my plant not growing? Because you did not take that time to nurture it, water it, weed it, talk to it. You did not take that time. So time is of essence with every single thing. So Briddy, what do you have to add on this, please?
Wow. Thank you for the opportunity, and I'm so glad to be here again once more. Wow, time, it's something that's very, very valuable. Sometimes we lost it and only regret later on. So, when I was a little bit younger, when I look at time, the value of time, I had all the time that I needed, but I'm doing nothing with it because we really didn't know the value of time. But at certain point in your age, you start running after the things you need to do because you realize that, oh, time is going. There's a lot I should have done in the past which I didn't do. There is this, there is that I need to do. I need to put this in place. I need to put that in place. But I didn't make use of the time. So sometimes you really do not understand like the value of time until you have lost it. And once you lost it, it's bad because we cannot recover the time that is lost. We
That
really
is,
can't. So
yes,
when we're getting much more older, we start having the wisdom like, oh, this is what I need to do. But that much time I don't have because I'm trying so hard to meet up the things I still have to do. But time is nowhere to be found. So when we look at times, it goes with seasons of the year. Each season is day for a reason. You can plant a flower, garden in spring, but if you want to grow well, you want it to grow well, then you have to, if you want it to grow well, having colorful petals, then you must nurture it very well. In order to do this, we cannot tell time to wait for instructions. We cannot tell the time to wait for instructions. All we just need to do is you must use the time that we have effectively. And if we do not plow, then the obnoxious wheat from your garden, then that's another problem too. So, in the same concept with our lives, no one is promised tomorrow, like Sister Yvonne said. And then what is the most important of time? Time is a respecter of all, regardless of any situation. The effective use of time reflects your priority.
yes,
For example, if you are always late for class or for a meeting, and people may assume that you do not value them or their time, which is really bad enough. That's really bad. Then they may even think you are disruptive, you are disrespectful. But if you arrive on time for a class, for a meeting, then other people get to learn from you. Your colleagues will know that they can rely on you. They can join you in school project. They can get things done in a timely manner. So time is very, very crucial to everyone. Maybe you have wasted time in the past, also, just like me, which I think that all have to. But do not be frustrated. Do not get frustrated. Do not feel bad. Do not torture yourself for what you've done. But we can be able to manage our time, what we have left. We can manage it well. We can just try to look at what to put values together, put things according to priority list, and work towards that, and we'll be able to achieve the time that we plan for in time.
thank you so much.
So
Thank you.
the value of time applies now to everyone, every aspect of life.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Briddy. That is so true. That is so true. The most important thing that we need to remember, tomorrow is not promised anyone. You and I are breathing today. We are talking today. We are commuting. We are here with people who are here to support us. This is how we need to use our time. Use it now. If you need to empty out everything today, empty it out and leave it to the world. Leave it to the children of the world. Leave it to the young women and the young boys of the world, so that they can also learn from these and continue to do something. Because let us not regret it. We die, like I always say. You see, the cemetery, it's so rich. It's the richest place on the surface of the earth. Not the gold mines of South Africa or all the wealth in the world banks. Not anything at all. It is in the cemetery, because a lot of people had so much great knowledge, things to do, to share, to empty out into the world, into our children's life, into the lives of our communities. They never did it. But what happened? They died and they're buried in the cemetery. They did not start the companies that they were supposed to have started. They did not even have the time to even go right to our back office to check what our CEO said we should be checking, we should be doing. And we say, oh, I don't have time, I will do it. We become Mrs. and Mr. or mademoiselle or whatever. Procrastination. We just keep procrastinating. I will. No, I am. That is what we need to do, that we are doing it right now, not tomorrow. So we're going to move on. What do you think is the most important use of time in our lives? You see, time enables us to learn from our mistakes and use that knowledge to help ourselves become more efficient with our lives, our activities, our families, and our community. Time is a respecter of all person. Nobody should ever have to say, oh, they didn't give me time. No, time respect everybody. You have 24 hours in a day. I do too. It depends on how we program ourselves. We manage our time. We write down our goals and our dreams, and we are focused on what we want to do, so that we don't have to complain, I don't have time. We need to teach our children, because I am guilty, because I did that before until I was corrected. So we need to not do that. So the effective use of time reflects our priorities. What are your priorities? For instance, if you are always late for classes, or you're not always following instructions. I know I'm guilty a lot of time, but I'm working on it every day to make sure that I do not fall behind this epidemic of I don't have time. I don't want to do that. So what are you using your time for? The value of time applies to every aspect of our life. Is there anything? Can somebody name one thing that we can do without applying time? Number three, in knowing the value of time, we understand the importance of our businesses, going to our back office and checking things out to make sure that we are trying O Connect, that is right here now with us. We are checking over and over, watching everything, focusing and seeing, are there any questions that I need to ask, or have I understood everything, so that I can also use it to help somebody else also try the O Connect? That is what matters. Remember, the energy you put in is the energy you're going to get out of everything in life. I have so learned that. I put in energy that I wanted an education so bad, that education was going to be my gateway to freedom and success. I did, no, under all circumstances. And today I got that education. And that is why I have been blessed to even stand on stages to talk to important people like you guys. This is so important to me. You don't know. The value of time makes us realize what happens if we do not value time. If you don't value time, then time is not going to value you either. It's not going to work in your favor. Not valuing time can have disastrous consequences, as we have talked before. You don't value time to go check your back office. You miss out on important things that will help you in your business, will help you with your children's education, academy. You miss on important things that will help us to help the world. And we have to, first of all, help ourselves before helping the world. So we miss out on that. Understanding the value of time creates a path for success. If you understand the value of time, that time is the most valuable and important asset that we have been blessed with, you would know. Now you schedule your time. How long do I have to spend on this thing? You are talking about quality. You're not talking about producing quantity. Quality is valuable. When you produce quality, that quality nurtures you. You become a very high achiever. Now, in turn, you turn around, you help your family to really, really put time into high quality and high perspective. Now you're helping your family. In turn, you begin to stretch that out and help other people out there. Time is so, so valuable. And remember, time waits for no one.
Nobody.
No one. You're not going to say, oh, they gave him more time or they gave her more time. You're the one who is tampering with the time that you have been blessed with, because it is equal regardless
Yes.
of your status in
Yeah.
society, your bank account, regardless of how tall or short you are. Time is distributed equally. It is left for
Yeah.
you and I to figure out how to utilize that time. Respecting time is crucial for our success. The value of time is most prominent in the way in which it affects us. So I am going to let Briddy take over from now. Let's look at some of the steps you can take to utilize your time in an effective way. Number one, we focus on the most important task first priority. You focus on what is important to you. Like the three most important thing in life now is food. You have to have food. You have to have shelter.
Shelter.
You
Yes.
have to have shelter. You have to have clothing. And if you and I are breathing, we should be able to allocate time to fend for these things and empower ourselves with, and in turn empower our family. So you want to take over from the Briddy, the importance of time.
Okay. When we look at the importance of time in our lives,
Yeah, one of them there is to plan ahead. You have to plan ahead.
yes.
Yes.
Okay, the most important of time, when we plan ahead, then we are able to achieve the goals that we really want. But if we do not plan ahead of time, I'm sorry, we will not be able to achieve, because you can just catch here and there, but you don't make it. If you plan ahead of time, then you'll be able to achieve the goals. You know, from one step to another, I'll be able to get what I have planned for. If I'm not able to achieve during a particular period of time, then I need to go back and review my planning. So a proper planning would give you a proper time, a proper achievement, a great achievement. So if we do not plan well, then we will not be able to achieve at the right time we need to. We also, the importance, we'll focus on the most importance of it is, we do not need to waste time waiting. Don't wait, because time is not going to wait for you. It keeps going. So we don't have to wait. When we need to do something, we need to do it like immediately. If we do not have to do it immediately, we plan when to do it and ensure that we get it done at
Yes.
that time, because once time is gone, we cannot get it back. So we need to create time audit. So, okay, creating time audit. When we look at it, let's say, okay, we have a plan task for the week. We need to apportion time to the different task that is being put in place. By the weekend, we need to double check, go back to see what was I supposed to do Monday, Tuesday, up till weekend. Is it done? Why is it not done? So we audit ourselves accordingly, and we'll be able to know if we have achieved or we have not achieved what we had planned. to
Yes,
do.
thank you, Ngwe. I'm going to come in there now. That time audit is so, so important. And you coming to check yourself. You holding yourself accountable. You're not just going to just portion that time. You have to come back and hold yourself accountable for what you're doing. Number 5, you work smart, not hard. We've heard our CEO say you have to work hard. It is true. When you hear me say work smarter and not hard, that doesn't mean that you don't have to work hard. If you're working smarter, now this is what I have programmed myself to do. Are you working smarter on what you've planned yourself to do? That is what it means. But you have to work hard. Nobody achieves anything without working hard. You don't know shortcuts to anything. You hear some of the people say, hey, come here, come and utilize this platform. It's going to help you make $1,000 a day or $2,000 a day. That is baloney. You need to really work hard in order to achieve anything in life. On passive, our CEO, our engineers, our high techs have made things easy for us, thereby leaving us with so much free time. Now that we can have this free time in our hands, what are you going to do with the free time? Delivering the technology AI use, women and families will begin to see some benefits, especially with the free time they will have. Working from home, it's a big benefit for our young women, everyone, women. So when you're working from home, you have much time now to do your work. You know that you're watching your children, you're home with your children, you spend more time with your children, helping them. Even when they are attending school or academy, they're going to be doing that from the confines of their own home, and you have more time. You're bonding with your children, you're helping them, you're there for them to arrange things. Another benefit is that young parents who work remotely from home have the freedom to make non-public choices about their children. You educate your children
Yes.
according to your
Yes.
values, your culture, your
Yeah.
tradition, what you know as a parent that is good for your own child. You educate your children without anybody having to impose their will or their power on you. And on passive or Kennedy is going to give us that. How beautiful is that? That you don't have to go to public school to enroll your children. We have it right here in the confines of your own home. It is because of Unpassive and our CEO. And of course, there is one thing that is specific to women: breastfeeding. I talk from experience. I found it so difficult because I was a breastfeeding mother. You know, you have to go to a place in the office of your director or somewhere to express your breast milk, to put it so that you can put it in the freezer or fridge and take it home for your baby. But with some babies, like my baby, he did not want the milk that was expressed. He wanted directly from your breast. So my baby was brought to work about 3 times or 4 times before the end of my shift to breastfeed. That was so hectic, very inconvenient, and I almost lost my job because they did not want to see that happen. So with Academy here, with all these high quality products, clean products, our children
Yes.
will benefit, the young boys and girls will benefit, we ourselves will benefit right in the confines of our own home. Our young women get to benefit from remote work. In some cases, for instance, remote work becomes the only option for an individual. For our young women, you know, women are beginning to enter the IT world and engineering and all those things. So we're going to benefit because we're going to do these things remotely, and it is going to help a lot. I am going so fast here so I can give you guys the opportunity to chime in and also let me know what you think about the value of time. Remember, this is an interactive session. So begin to think of what you're going to say with regards to time. You know, with the AI technology, especially with clean and high ethical products, it is going to be so easy, and that way we manage our time so well. With much free
Yes.
time in our hands, we can take family vacations, isn't it? I can't wait for
It
that.
is.
We take
Yes.
family vacation together. We even commute together on passive family. We take vacations together. We are discussing good things. We are happy discussing those things, and we know that those things are adding value in our life. You know, free time allows us to volunteer. We volunteer. We can go to like the Veterans Hospital We volunteer there. We can go to the nursing home. We volunteer to help our elderly folks. We can play music to them, because I know 1.4 million founders, we have all the skills that we need in this life. We can read to them. We can take them out for a ride, walk. We can do whatever we need to do. Remember that these older folks have done so much for us. They've built the roads, they've built the amenities, the facilities that you and I are using today. So it is our time right now to give it back to them. For me, for instance, in my village, I have to be able to go and weed the compound of one woman locally until I get those tools that I can begin to facilitate, or cook food and go and give it to them, because some of them, their children have gone out in search of a better life. There is nobody there helping them. So we have to devote that time to volunteer, to love them, to help them with showers, fetch firewood, water, to make sure that they are taking their medications and other things. So that is what you see, how beautiful it is that we have so much time, because
Yes.
Ash Mufare and our engineers and high tech, they've made things so easy for us, that things that somebody like me, I couldn't have been able to do, now I can just click the mouse and I know it, and I've learned so much. So we can use the extra time to do a lot of things with family, with unpassive family, with our communities, our neighborhood, with our villages. A lot of things to be so done. So do you have anything to add on that while we go to some announcement, Way?
Yes, just a little bit before we go to the announcement. I'm really happy that Mr. Ash Mufare, it's working for us at this point in time, because when we have the time and we decide to volunteer and do some work, especially for the needy, for the sick, those who are in hospitals, those who are in their homes, then we will realize how much these people need us. We will realize how important it is to create time, to volunteer time, to spend a little bit of time with one another, to spend time with family, to spend time with people who do not have someone just to talk to, or even to assist them in one way or the other. So I'm really happy for this wonderful opportunity.
Yeah,
So,
thank you so
okay, we
much.
can go to the announcement.
Thank you. Thank you. Let me go quickly announce here so that we could go to our discussions. The announcement, One Global Movement is moving to every Saturday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so that we can give the opportunity for people who attend church to attend. We give them that opportunity. So we're going to be moving from next Saturday, it's going to be 2 p.m. Eastern Standard
So,
Time. And thank
Friday.
you guys so much for making that transition. We are really sorry for the inconvenience, but we have to keep on adjusting things so that it will fit almost everyone, so that we all are happy and utilizing our time very well. So when we leave from here, Marty Digamo, remember, is at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We move there, and then we have Heroes is at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and Roblin Live always at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This is a time that we all need to come together to support one another even more than ever before, especially with our newborn baby, the beautiful O Connect that is here. We need to do that. So I am going to open the floor for discussions and comments and whatever we have. Let us begin on this important. Thank you so much, Divina. Time is the most precious commodity. That is so true. We can always make more money, but we can't create or make more time. Very true. You can lose your money today, they can steal it, you can still go and look for more money. But when that time is gone, it is like the tides of the ocean. When it flows, you can't force it back. If you force it back, you're going to suffer the consequences. Thank you so much, Divina, for that precious comment. And thank you, Yvonne, my sister. I am proud of you. One Global Movement is proud of you, and we have a great shield with you in our midst. Thank you, Esther, for that beautiful comment. You just inspired me to even do more, because time is of essence. Thank you. And Levi, thank you for coming. Yes, time wasted, never regained. Let's respect it. Very true, Levi. We have to respect time. If we don't respect time, it's going to go against us, and then there is nothing we can do about it. Thank you for that wonderful comment. And thank you again, Divina. We all have the same amount of time. How we prioritize time is the key to success. Very important. Writing down our goals, nurturing and watering it, how we plan to do things with quality, not quantity, it leads to our success. Thank you, Divina. Thank you so much. Yes, Divina, again, all successful people understand the value of time. It is true. The people who are not successful are those who complain. I don't have time. I'm guilty. But you know what? I'm being successful now. I'm never going to complain anymore that I don't have time. Thank you, Divina, for that wonderful comment. Kamalesh, thank you again for coming. I recognize you. Never leave till tomorrow, which you can do today. Procrastination is a killer. Kamalesh, thank you so much. We have to do it right now and do it well. Thank you. Levi, thank you. We utilize time to the most positive things first. Priority is so important, Levi. That is so true. What is important to you and your family? What is important to us as the unpassive family right now at this moment? What is important? That is where we go to spend the most time and spend it well. Thank you, Levi. Thank you for coming. Thank you, Divina. Success is how to be most productive in the amount of time given. Practice the art of laser focus. There you go, laser focus. Stay focused. Keep your eyes on the ball. And what are you keeping your eyes on there? To be focused in such a way that you are doing the things that are valuable to you and your family, and why not your community and the world. Thank you, Divina. Thank you. And then we have Kushel. Time and tide wait for none. Time is valuable. It is true. Time and tide. What an important, you are a poet. Time and tide waits for no one. Yes, it is true. It continues to flow. You can't stop it like you're stopping a child from throwing tantrums. You can't stop it. Or like you say, oh, I'm not going to plant today, I'll plant next year. You can't stop it. It is going. We better go with the flow, but putting value and quality into it. Thank you, Kushal. And Kamala, time is a created thing. To say I don't have time is to say I don't want to text green game over. That is true. That is the excuses that we sometimes just fool our subconscious mind that we don't have time. Time is a beautiful creation of the Almighty God for us to utilize it in every aspect of our life because we cannot do anything without it. Thank you, Kamalesh. Thank you so much for that beautiful comment. Jana, thank you so much. Time is the most precious thing, and we should utilize it for the right purposes. Very, very true. You're not just utilizing time because you think, oh, let me just do this, or let me use this time to put somebody down, or to not attend this webinar because this person is this. You guess what? We use it for the right purpose. Right now, as we are using it, supporting one another. 1.4 million founders, we should be supporting one another in everything that we are doing because this is the way that we're going to empower our lives, our families, and the world at large. And I am so grateful for you guys coming here to support me deliver this message to young women and young boys of the world. Thank you. And Kamala, people often complain about lack of time when lack of direction is the real problem. Wow, wow. That is so true. It is lack of direction that it's the real problem. It is true. When we don't have direction in our life, we then turn to complain because some of us maybe by giving excuses of maybe laziness or maybe frustration or maybe shame because we failed in the past, we start complaining that, oh, we don't have that time. No, we do have time. We have to have that focus, that sense of direction to say, I am determined to do this. I'm going to go for it and I'm going to achieve it, and we do it. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And you again, Camille, your time is limited, so don't waste it living someone else's life. Time is not the main thing; it's the only thing. There you go with those
Mm.
beautiful butterflies. Time is the only thing. That is so true. That is the most important, most powerful, universal commodity that has been given to everyone. Yes, we cannot waste it. When we waste time, guess what? We're going to exit the stage of life into the cemetery that is down the road. And then we lay there and then still go with the regret into the grave and regretting what we did not do when we could have done it right now. Do it now and fail your way to success. That is the only way to achieve it. Thank you. Thank you so much. Then thank you, John. Thank you for coming. Time is all we have. Use it well. Time is all we have, and we have to use it well. That is true. That is the only thing. And nobody, we can't argue. We can't say we don't have it. That is the only important commodity that we have, and we need it in all aspects of our lives. Thank you, John. Thank you. Minor, thank you. Minor Miller, thank you. Time is passing non-stop. Using it wisely, it doesn't help that I have another birthday today. It is so true. Look at what is passing on the screen. That is time passing. We don't read it so quick. It's going to go by. We don't. We're not going to wait. Oh, next year I will. I will. We keep on procrastinating. Mr. and Mrs. Procrastination. We're not going to do that. We're doing it right now. I have learned to do things right now because if I think of where I come from, my background, there is a 911 call on my life. I just want to do it quickly, so that I don't exit this stage into the cemetery without doing it. Thank you, Mila. You're so welcome here. Yes. Thank you, everyone, for giving One Global Movement your time. We love you. This is from One Global Movement. Thank you to one of the co-hosts that wrote this comment. Yes, gratefulness, it's the key. Because if you do not value One Global Movement, you will not be here today to be chatting with us. We really and highly appreciate you all. Come next Saturday. Remember, we're going to change the show to Saturday, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to give this opportunity for some of us to attend church service. Thank you so much. Thank you. Yes, time is so valuable. Remember, George Bernard Shaw said, if you get up in this life, which means if you are given birth, you grow and you look around, you don't see what you're looking for. You don't see somebody giving you what you're looking for. You don't have what you're looking for. What do? You create it for yourself. Create the life that you want for yourself. Don't wait for somebody. Do it. And don't be ashamed of failing. Don't be ashamed of people throwing sticks and stones at you. Pick them up, step on top of it, and keep doing what you're doing. Focus on what you are doing. Time is so important. Briddy, do you want to take over here? Let me get a sip of water.
Okay. Okay. All right. To achieve your dream. Thank you, Jenna. To achieve your dream successfully, you must give importance to time. That's right. If we do not give importance to time, we'll not be able to achieve the dreams that we really want. We almost at the end of our show. Almost
Okay.
at the end. Yes.
Yes. When we are getting to the end, I will do the conclusion because there is a conclusion here, but I just want to thank people of coming here today because time is of essence. Very important, as we have discussed here today. There is nothing that we cannot do, and if somebody takes the time to chat with you, somebody takes the time to attend a webinar, somebody takes the time to teach you something, please, we learn to really appreciate that person from the bottom of our hearts. It is time that Mr. Ash Mufari has taken for years to even begin to nurture the vision and the mission that God has put in him, to think about these things, to bring it to us 1.4 million founders, to the common people, to the down to earth people, the people that can take this opportunity and fly with it. He uses time. We see him, he's always busy with the engineers and the technician. We see somebody like Aunty Lynn, somebody like Briddy. We see you guys here. All of you that are here today are always busy helping. This is so important. Mr. John Berilla, Minor Miller, Levy, all the names that are here, Jana, a lot of names that I can't even remember, but I'm very poor with names. Excuse me for that. But with time, I will get to know you guys closely. But please remember to, in order for us to keep taking these messages to our children globally, our young girls and young boys, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel so that we can continue to do what we're doing. And if you have any questions, something that you want us to talk on, do not hesitate to bring it up so that we can talk on, because we are here because we have been gifted with different talents. What I know, you cannot know. What you know, I cannot know. It is coming together that we can use these things to begin to educate our youth so that they can thrive, they can build generational wealth, and live a life of leadership and purpose. So, wait, if you don't have anything to say, I can go into the conclusion. But if you do, go ahead, please.
Okay, and also we also need to appreciate people who sit one moment or the other, take out time to call. Not like they really want anything, but just checking on you to see how are you doing. I hope you are okay. I hope you're okay. There are people who sit and they don't even get calls from anyone. So it's very, very important to take out time, call one another, just checking on them. I just hope you are fine. I pray you'll be okay. Just taking out time to assist one another wherever we can, however we can. So time is very, very important. I'm
Yes.
so glad to be here today, and I'm so happy to have you all today with us. So thank you, thank you. From one global movement, from the bottom of our heart, we say thank you for your
Thank you,
time.
Briddy. I am glad that you're here today because I'm so happy that the internet worked for you today in South Africa. Because for the past week, it's like, oh my God, I'm just going to be the only one here. But today, even without the background, the internet still works in your favor. And I'm so happy that you're here. You've been a very contributing part, helping me in One Global Movement. I highly appreciate you. And I thank you so much for really taking that time to help me. I acknowledge you. I appreciate you. I want to thank you, Aunty Lynn, for being behind the scene, working tirelessly, nurturing us, directing us towards the right path. Thank you so much, Divina. Look at, if you see this beautiful background, you know that it is the work of a master artist, Divina. And Divina also contributes in the background, helping us with the topics. She has a special way. She has knowledge of of coining topics that just resonate with our young women and our young men. And so I acknowledge you all here. Everybody, if I can't call your name, you are so important to us. Please keep coming to support us. And if you have anything that you want us to talk about, whether it is your business, whether it is your anything, bring it up. We are here to support one another so that we can support ourselves, build ourselves so well so that we can also build our children, our communities, and our families. I really, really highly appreciate you. So thank you guys so much. I'm going to go to the conclusion. Time is very precious to all of us, whether we like it or not. It is very precious. Time is more than money, like you guys made the comments. Yes, yin yang. Thank you so much. It's a wonderful topic. Time is more than money because when you lost money, when they steal your money, guess what? You have that resilience, that determination to say, I'm still going to make more money so long as I'm breathing, and you go ahead and make it. But when you lost that time, you cannot recall it. You can't recall it. So, time and tide. Somebody said, there is a common saying that time and tide wait for no one. That is so true. Somebody said that. Very, very wise. Time and tide waits for no one. Nobody, doesn't matter who you are, it does not discriminate. Time runs continuously and no one can stop it except for the one who created that time, who can stop it. Time spent without purpose and meaning at any stage of our life is meaningless. It is meaningless. Even when you're talking, you don't say things that can uplift somebody. It is meaningless. Time is priceless and precious to everyone. How you are doing? How are you doing with your time? That is my question to all of us. How are you doing with your time? How am I doing with my own time? I am bent on utilizing my time to the best, supporting young women, youths, with a focus on the young woman, because looking globally, the young woman has been so deprived of a lot of things. But thank God to Unpassive and Ash Mufara that is involving the women in everything so that we can thrive and contribute to our families and the global economy. So thank you all so much again. I highly appreciate you. And I love you all. We love you all from One Global Movement for coming here to spend your precious time with us. We value this time and we thank you. And remember, I always like to leave you with this. Stay focused. Stay empowered. Stay encouraged. And always believe in endless possibilities. Thank you. And we love you all. Bye-bye.
Bye. We love you all. We love you.